No, of course not. Why would it? Oh, no, it is. Okay. If it hasn't been working this whole time, I am so sorry. I just thought to check it just on a whim, and it looked like it wasn't doing anything. So if it hasn't been working up until now, forgive me. All I did was ramble about how I hope we finish today, and then read things that you could read yourself. So, should really learn to check on things earlier in the process here, huh? Okay, well, we're just gonna have to live with it. Alright, anyways, I'm glad I thought to check it. I feel silly, but okay, we should be alright at this point. Goodness. Alright, fine. The rest of the council has been arguing over the matter for so long I couldn't get a word in. Then you come in and shut them up in a few minutes. We could use more women like you in the town. There are plenty of opinionated women in town want to let us join the council. Well, you'd have to take that up with the Lord. Besides, I don't think any of them are as hard-headed as you. I think that it's hard-headed. You're the exception, Magdalene. You always are. Fuck off, Odds. Yeah, I'm not getting flattered by this. Clearly you've forgotten about Agnes. She doesn't suffer fools gladly. That's not what I meant. She's not. Oh, never mind. Forget about it. Don't flirt with me. You won't even call me by a name I like, you bastard. Right, anyway, standing up to the council like that was great. I know I'm on the council, but sometimes it doesn't seem like I have any influence. Otz actually seems insecure about his place on the council. He may be an ass, sometimes I don't like to see him upset. He's always poking fun at me too. Maybe I should remind him he's not all that important after all. I don't want to be a complete dick, but like, I also don't want this to end in us hooking up. Like, I'm gonna be really annoyed if that's what we're pushing towards. I think I've had enough agency in most of this stuff to not do that, but like, I also don't want it to be like the most natural outcome, if I can help it. I mean, whatever I choose in here doesn't really matter. Maybe I should reassure him. I'm not going to. The hell's Apollo? I'm just gonna do the milk toast answer. Well, you are the youngest member of the council. The others have much more life experience. Yes, but how am I supposed to gain experience if I'm not involved in making decisions? Being the youngest one on the council has been harder than I thought. I know Baltus and Werner don't think I'm capable, and even Paul has warned about me being too rash. Warned me about being too rash. My dad died trying to make a difference in this town. All I'm trying to do is carry on his legacy, but it seems like the others won't make room for any change. We'll be lightly reassuring. Keep pushing odds. They're stuck in the past, but we're looking toward the future of Tazing. I'm not comparing him to my dad. Magdalene. Oh, now you can fucking learn a name, you bitch. It'll take time, but maybe they'll listen to me eventually. Well, better get back to it. See you later. Immediate backsliding into Mags, son of a bitch. Don't think I want to go to your house. Let's bother Ursula, just for funsies. Oh, come on, Ursula. I mean, I'm glad she's alive. I guess that's all I can ask for. Hello! Hello, Matilda. Hello, Wolfslav. How are you two? Very well. The Lord has blessed us more than we deserve. And how are you, Magdalene? I was worried with you keeping the house and the workshop all on your own. Let me bring some soup for you and your father. Yes, please. Yeah, Dad would love that. I've hardly had a moment to cook a hot meal. Between your father, the shop, and the mural, I'm surprised you're not dead on your feet. He's very lucky to have such a devoted daughter. And before you worry about imposing, you're not. Taking care of our neighbors is how Tilda and I serve Tassing. Tilda! Aww. Our vocation may have changed, but our gratitude to God and the town has not. I love them. Right, you've always been so dedicated to the town, or... Let's bring up the Abbey, because maybe they'll talk to me a little. Hard to imagine you two ever lived in the Abbey. Ha, sometimes those days feel like another lifetime. A harder time, to be sure. Who's that? Good. Poor Clare's Order of Contemplative Nuns founded by Saints Clare and Francis of Assisi. As the name suggests, the Poor Clares are devoted to extreme poverty. They subsist purely on the donation of alms. I thought the Abbey was better off than the town in those years. So we were told, but in private I believe Father Granot struggled to provide for a scriptorium and a double monastery. Didn't help that Guy was skimming off the top. However, seeing both the town and Curacao struggle was only a part of what made that time hard. A nun's life can be a challenging one, but I never had to deal with the difficulties you do now, Magdalene. What about your old life was difficult for you? I struggled with my vows, my discipline. I couldn't live as my sisters did. I broke my vows, as did Wolslav. You fell in love. We did. Well, I seduced her. You certainly did not. Are you telling young Magda here that you seduced me then? Wolslav, please. Disgusting. So you left the Abbey? Well, we were found out, but our secret was kept. Still, the matter ate at my heart. That and being falsely accused of murdering the old Baron terrified you, and rightly so. We all must account for our sins, Magdalene. I was afraid I would account for mine sooner than I thought. Those were the hardest years of my life. I repented and prayed to God to absolve me. But the Lord always provides, even in the darkest days. The Abbey's destruction gave us a second chance. I mean, I am wondering about that. Let's just try it. I can't imagine the townsfolk were too happy to let you stay. There was some suspicion at first, yes, but we proved useful in the days following, and soon they came round. The Lord forgives more readily than man, Magdalene. Never think that you must remain in a place that causes you to sin, even if others think it godly. I'm glad you two are finally able to live life together. You both deserve it. Only by the grace of God are we in this life together. May it be many more years before we part. God willing. Anyway, Magdalene, I'll send that soup over to you shortly. Thank you! God bless you both. God bless you, Magda. God bless. I'm so happy for them. Hello, Endris. Hello, Magdalene. How is Klaus? Resi and I are very worried. Your partner... We're just gonna say alive, and that's what matters. Did you discover who attacked him? No, whoever it was, they left no sign. A terrible crime. Terrible. May God look after you both. We've had enough tragedy in this town. Has Gertrude been by to see him? I'd trust her over that doctor. Can we get Gertrude? He's not reliable. I hate that man. He's the most bitter man I've ever met. And he only gets worse as the years go on. Where is Gertrude? If I can bring her over... I mean, I don't know that she can do anything, but I'd much rather deal with Gertrude. He used to talk about how he was too good for Tassing, destined for greater things. Still here, though. Why is he on the council? Whatever his faults, he's still an educated man. That counts for something, I guess. You should be on the council, not him. They asked me, turned them down. I like what I do, I'm good at it, don't need much else than that. Except Resi, of course. I'm so glad I told him to go get a girlfriend at work. But I shouldn't gossip. If there's anything Resi and I can do for you, let us know. I will. Thank you for your kindness, Endress. It's nothing. I owe your father more than I can say. Take care, Magdalene. Endress! I'm so happy for you! Hi, ma'am. Hello, Mr. Struckren. How is Klaus? Endress and I have been terribly worried. Dad's spirits are high, but he still gets headaches and spells of dizziness. If there's anything we can help you with, let us know. Endress is always ready to provide. He and Klaus have been friends for a long time. Hell yeah, let's get nosy. If you don't mind, you weren't born in Tassing, am I right? No, I'm originally from Innsbruck. How did you arrive here? Well, I fell in love with a beautiful blacksmith. The twists of Providence are sudden and unpredictable. I was but a young girl selling all manner of wares on the market, pots and the like. One day this man appeared to the stall, all jitters and nerves, stammering over his words, but charming in a way. We spoke at length. I was intrigued and soon enamored, as if a candle had been lit. Endress is a man of talent and means, after all, blessed with a kind soul. Cute! I'm not asking her that. How did it feel to leave home for somewhere far away, uprooting yourself from the life you had? Frightening, to be sure, leaving Innsbruck, my friends and family behind. But it was exciting as well, going off to find new opportunities and build a new life. There wasn't much I had to look forward to in Innsbruck, few prospects for a poor girl. I couldn't see myself sitting at the market, continuing to sell odds and ends. Sometimes there are risks we just have to take. I'm so happy! I mean, yeah, sure, but whatever. That's very inspiring, Resi. I'm glad you found happiness here. We all struggle in this world, but the moments of joy outweigh the bad. It's how God has set the world, His benevolence guiding us through it all. I feel I've been blessed, and it's not been all bad for Endress either. I assist him with the bookkeeping side of the smithy and other things. Yeah, thank you for telling me about your past. It's nothing, Magdalene. I hope it has provided you with some encouragement. Don't forget you are important as well, and deserve to live your life. Thank you, ma'am. Alright, I have to assist Endress with a few things. Be well, Magdalene. Until later, Therese. Therese? Is it just like the price of salt? Is it Therese? You can dream. I can smell Viennese on the breeze. It reminds me of when I was little. Dad always brought anise cakes from Gret. Oh my god. Dad always bought anise cakes from Gret to help soothe my stomach when I was ill. Cute! I'm like, I better finish this game today, and instead what I'm doing is fucking getting into the mess. Magdalene, darling. Good morning, Gret. It smells heavenly in here. Oh, haha, I've just finished rolling out some raisin bread. Hell yeah. I thought that Andreas and Ulrich could use a treat today. Oh. Wait. You need to explain to me who these people are. That's like a new kid. Did you is that a new kid? We're gonna find out. Do you have new children or do you have grandchildren that are named after these two wonderful people? Yeah, what a sweet idea. I had some spare time today and I like to stay busy. The soul of the diligent shall be made rich after all. Besides, I like to drop in on Anna and see my grandchildren. Okay. She got big and she named someone Andreas, possibly? I'm more blessed than I ever imagined I would be. Paul and Anna make such a lovely pair. Oh god, I'm like blanking on who people were. I feel like I liked Paul. And Anna has to be her kid, who's the one who stole Andreas' hat. Ulrich wouldn't believe his eyes if he saw us now. I wish he could see his grandchildren. Wait, what? He... Oh, okay. I was like, Guy didn't murder, and then I thought about it for 2 seconds. Ugh. Because that's not true, and this is a weird thing to say, but let's say it anyway. I did always think it was strange that your daughter married the son of the man who killed your husband. The thing is, he was never like that man was. You're right, I was angry when Anna first took a liking to young Paul. He was always a quiet boy, but I was afraid he'd turn out like his father. Well, I needn't have worried. Paul is a good man and a good father. He's built this town back up from what it was. It's good to see Elsie so social now, too. She's come out of her shell. Sure. She's been asking me for recommendations for the ladies' reading circle. How wonderful. You are the one to ask for such a list. I would join her group myself, but I'm just too busy with the bakery by myself. But I don't mind that. It keeps me busy, and I get to see everyone in town when I deliver to them. Ah, I've been chatting too long. My doughs need tending. Please excuse me, Magdalene. Of course, Gret, until later. Crazy! I wonder if they're at the mill. I would absolutely love to go see them. Let's see if my journal updated. Daughter of Anna and Paul. Okay, but who is Andreas? You said that name, damn it. Okay. Brother of Artemis. God, it's like hard getting to know people all over again. And like I really did kind of feel like I knew who people were. Which was nice. Yeah, maybe we'll detour to the mill to see if we can talk to all of them. Just because I very much want to see them. Hey, Carl. Rothhouse. Stoltz house. I think that's a shitty doctor. That's the inventor. Maybe we could go see him. I don't think we've talked to him much since coming back. Oops, the fuck. Ciao, Magdalene. Baltus' workshop. I wonder if he can do another lesson soon. I probably don't have time for that right now. Magdalene. Yes? The cinnamon just arrived for the beer. You're making beer? I mean, I don't know if it's weird to have cinnamon beer. Well, yes. The copper pots you helped me pipe are part of the process. Oh, I thought it was something more serious. Magdalene, making beer is quite serious. Anyway, it's for the Christmas celebration. Already, we're barely into November. Maybe you gotta start early. The wheel of time stops for no man. But it's going to be wonderful. Cinnamon, coffee from Ethiopia, cacao from the New World. Jesus Christ, he who has the money can do everything. Problem? Of course not. It's your money. Anyway, I'm quite excited about it. Clearly. And such alchemy is not normally my strong suit. And for all of Nazu's complaints about the cost, the base rye we're using is free. Really? Yes. The farmers had so much rye this year they just couldn't use it all. Gret has made as much bread with it as she could, and she wound up having to throw out a lot. So why not make beer? I wish you the best luck with it. Thank you! Have fun getting sloshed, buddy. I hope you don't make us all fucking sick. Alright. don't want to go see the doctor. Where would I find Gertrude? Where would Gertrude possibly be? I'm so happy to hear she's around. Hello. If I don't know where to look for her, I guess we could try the midwife. Let's look. Since the only other like vaguely medical. That's yeah, that would make sense actually. Okay. Hello, ma'am. Good morning, Magdalene. Brisk weather today, isn't it? And still, Kraft is out there working with Father Thomas to repair the church. I worry about that boy sometimes. He works the stone, but I'm not always sure he has his mind set on it. I don't remember who Kraft's dad is. Sure. Masonry is a good trade. Everyone needs a stone. Fine, we'll be personal. He's working hard to mend the holes his father made in Tazing. That he is. I'm proud of him. Worked for hours with my husband before he passed. I never thought he'd take up the stone masonry for the town, but he seems to have a spirit for it. Ha. He's done a lot of good for Tazing. With Lucky gone, there's only so much more he can learn on his own. I've offered the boy an apprenticeship, but he won't make up his damn mind. He's a good man, Agnes. You should be proud. Thank you, Magdalene. I've done my best for my household, despite what's happened in the past few decades. Oh, well, you didn't come here to hear me ramble on about my family. Yeah, I did. What can I do for you? I thought you might have some additional remedies for my father. Are Werner's not enough? I understand Klaus's condition is dire, but I thought Werner would be able to provide something. Let's just... I know it won't save him, but I still want to try everything I can. Every little bit helps. I understand. Let me see what I can whip up. I can't promise anything, but God willing, I pray it provides some small help. Thank you, ma'am. Of course, Magdalene, take care. 'Cause fuck that doctor. That doctor sucks. And it's not Gertrude as I was someone specifically said Gertrude, but Agnes is who I would go to anyway, so. Hello, Kraft. Whom's the fuck are you again? Oh, I knew who everyone was and now I don't anymore. Kraft. Grandson. Oh, okay. Son of Brigida and Martin, grandson of Agnes and Lucky. Okay. I'm probably gonna forget that again, but you know what? We'll do our best. Speaking of Martin, let's go bother him. Hello, ma'am. Magdalene, how are you keeping? Eager to continue on the mural. I have so much to do before Christmas. I'm certain it will be the pride of Tazing when you're through. You've always had your mother's talent for art. And how is your dad? I mean, you're one of the only people who asked how I'm doing before asking about my dad. I mean, most people are asking how I'm doing. They're getting there. Fine, let's have girl chat. I know how it is to be the sole caregiver. Yourself disappears behind the needs of the person you're looking after. I worry about you carrying that weight alone. I remember when my dad fell. We cared for him best we could, but those few months before he passed were a tough time for everyone. But I believe God will put your dad through whatever the doctors say. We need him. God willing, you're right. I'm at his mercy. God willing, amen. Have you thought about what you'll do if your dad doesn't come through this? I don't want to have to get married. I mean, I've kind of settled that I would like to take the printing press. I feel like if I say that, she's gonna be like, but what do you want? And I'll be like, I don't know. I'm not getting married. Refuse. Dad would want me to keep a printing press. Wouldn't that be a sight? Are you sure you could handle it? It's a lot to manage on your own. But you're a good girl, Magda. There are any number of families in Tassing who'd be happy to take you. You have someone in mind, don't you? I promise you, I do not. Such a modest girl, your dad raised you right? I meant odds, of course. He's about as subtle as his father. God rest Otto's soul. I miss him. I wish I'd got to meet him properly, I mean. He made an impression, that's for certain. Oh, the girls around town knew better than to moon after him, though. That didn't stop some of us. He was Eva's from the start. Zot's appears to be yours. Ugh. Blah. Gross. But if nothing ever comes of that, know that you're always welcome in my family, Magda. Kraft's a nice, hard-working boy. He's got a sharp mind. He can provide for a family. You trying to set me up with your son? Can you blame a mother for trying? You're a good, respectable girl, Magda. Any family would be lucky to have as a daughter. I don't mean to be rude, but I'd prefer to decide in my own time. Alright, I'll let it lie. You know, not every marriage may start off on solid footing. But if you pray and work and trust in the Lord, you can find it in time. Or your husband can die and you can just get a random new one. Believe me. Unbelievable. That's a joke for that to be her advice. Like, it might work out eventually if they literally aren't the same person anymore and nobody finds out. Ugh. You're not making the prospect sound very enticing. Marriage is our natural state. It's in our homes. Okay, marriage is our natural state. No, it's not. It's in our homes that we are closest to the Lord. The Lord made us from Adam's rib because he meant us to be a part of men. Well, you would be lonely to never know the fullness of purpose. That's no life for someone like you. You're not the first person to tell me so. I care about more than just my dad, but also that doesn't mean you have to marry some nerd around here. It's because your elders are wise, Magna. Trust in our love for you and in the Lord's purpose. In any case, I should get back to the chores. Remember what I said. Whatever happens, you're always welcome in my home. Thank you, ma'am. Hell yeah. Before I forget, I actually had a question about an old book. Martin is supposed to have stolen it from that baron who was killed years ago. Do you know what happened to it? Oh. I hope this doesn't get me in any trouble, but I still have it! Hidden in a drawer! I didn't even need to talk to fake-ass Martin. Martin left it behind when he ran off. He went to all the trouble to take it, but didn't bring it along. Martin was a thief, but he wasn't stupid. I'm sure he realized no one would believe he'd come back. He'd come by the book honestly, so he couldn't sell it. Why'd you keep it? What was I supposed to do? The Baron was killed soon after, and there I was holding his stolen book. I didn't want Martin to get in any more trouble than he was already in. I never read it though, I don't read well. This rules. I could take it off your hands, no one would ever know you kept it. Come on, Brigida. Hell yeah, I trust you to be true to your word, Magda. I'd like to have nothing more to do with it, to be frank. It reminds me of difficult times. Oh, when my husband was a different man. A stolen book of a dead nobleman in our home. Perhaps it spoiled our milk and turned our eggs all these years. Here you are. Please don't tell anyone I had this. Ah, Historia Tassia. Oh, it's in Latin. I can understand a few words and phrases. I'll take a closer look in the evening. Thank you, Brigida. You've been a big help. Thank you. Be well now, God bless. I can't believe it's just been fucking sitting here this whole time. Hell yeah. I wonder if I could have ever... gotten that as Andreas. Probably not. I don't know what opportunity would have come through, but me. Who knows? Who knows? We haven't known that rules. Right. Nervous, but eventually let me keep it. Should read it. Yeah, it probably just was... couldn't be any sooner than now, but it's just goofy to think it was just sitting here this whole time. Hey, Martin! I don't really need to talk to you after all, but I might as well. Morning, Magdalene. How's Klaus? Enduring. Even when his speech is slurred, he keeps a cheerful heart. I don't know what life would be like without him. Klaus is a good man, Magdalene. Tassing is a better place thanks to him. He's one of the few in Tassing who hasn't been on my back all this time. What do you mean? Don't pretend like you haven't heard. Townsfolk have whispered shit about me for years. 'Cause they have shit to whisper. So what if I occasionally get into a few brawls? I'm an honest man. I wasn't involved with what happened to Otto Zimmerman. I supported his cause. I've pulled my weight around here, tilled the soil, salted the meats, provided for Begita and Croft. I've done enough backbreaking work for this family. Can't a man just have a goddamned rest? Brigida supports you in all this, doesn't she? That's a wife's duty. Ugh. We get along, though she often spends more time with Veronica than me. I really need to know what's going on with that. I desperately need to know. They've been good friends since childhood, yes. Or everyone needs a close friend. It's unfortunate to have an Esther. Like, I don't know if this is a gay thing or if everyone's just weird about them being friends. It kind of feels like them out there weird about it. I don't know which one of these is going to help me more to find out if it's gay. Let's try this one. Yeah, good to have friends. How do I find out more? Right, I've lost enough time to this as it is. Time for you to go. Until later, Martin. Gonna find out. I'm gonna find out the secrets. Just for my own satisfaction, I don't care. Y'all do what you like. Shame that's been left here to rot, honestly. Yeah, you just walked into the last gay couple, maybe do the same thing. Yeah, I just have to wander into the right spot at the right time. Then she can stop telling me to get married. God. Rita, Hetty, Simon. Alright, so we talked to Martin, we got the book. What was other stuff I wanted to do? I think go to the forest. I could write to Matthew. I don't know how to prompt writing to Matthew. It felt like I walked up to my desk and didn't even give me options, so I think I'm right about it being a later tonight thing. Let's wander around here, and then we'll see about going to the forest. But let's bother who we can bother. Hi, Hetty. How's the mural coming? I hear you browbeat the council into letting you do it yourself. Let's go for the stubborn one. They didn't have a chance against me once I'd set my mind to it. Ha, that's the spirit. It's good to see you standing strong against the those stubborn bastards. I'm assuming it's God. God may have made man from dust, but I swear he left some of them with rocks for brains too. Did you know Jorg was by to check on my hinges? I've had about enough of their silly projects. That Zimmerman boy seems to have a good head on his shoulders, though. Once you're settled down with him, you'll have a good life ahead of you. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, let's... He's rude to me! I don't have to do the thing where that guy's so rude to me, now I love him! I don't have to play these games. Sorry. God. Fucking Andreas, well, I was gonna say Andreas didn't have to talk about who he was gonna marry, but we actually did talk about that constantly. Yeah, it's hard to think of the future right now with what's happened to my dad. Oh, sweet girl, I'm sorry. My mouth goes faster than my head sometimes, or so my Johan used to say. Your dad's only ever been a fair weather friend to people like me, but he's a family man at heart, and I can respect that. I hope he knows how lucky he is to have you looking after him. I'm not sure. I think there's probably a way to know, but I don't recall. I think it's... I know that it said something about how long the time jump was. And my gut says it's been 18 years, but I don't know that that's true. So I would assume early 20s, if not late teens. But I'm just not positive. I think it's very noble information that I forgot. Right, he regrets it, you know, what happened the night the Abbey burned. I'm sure he does. He could have made a real difference for us, stuck his neck out, but he was scared. We all wish things could have turned out different, but that's life, huh? Anyway, give my best wishes to your father and take care of yourself. Yeah, I mean, she might be. Because she was extremely a toddler when we were hanging around. So she's probably no more than like 2 or 3. If that. I'd say 2 or 3 seems right to me, but I'm not really sure how long the time jump was, and I don't know if it'll say anywhere. No, not that many. Yeah, because that's the thing. As soon as I was saying the 20s thing, I was like, that might actually be too old for... yeah, I don't think anything's gonna really say. I really feel like there was some kind of concrete amount of time. I just don't remember what it was. I'm not confident that any of this is gonna help, actually. It's probably something I could Google if I wasn't terrified of Google. I just don't really remember. Yeah. Let's assume maybe 17-ish at the 17 was the youngest I could imagine, but I might be overestimating. Hey Magdalene, I heard what happened to your dad. How's he doing? That's forever ago, Simon. Resting. He suffered a severe blow to the head. I'm worried, to say the least. Hans sends his regards. The Bauer household is praying for a swift recovery. Thank you, and thank Hans and Judah as well. Oh my god, right? Is there anything worse than imagining being married to a 15-year-old boy? Ugh. Ugh. Oh well, Klaus has always been such a bedrock of Tazing. I'd hate for him to die. It'd be, sorry. It's fine, I fear it as well. It's best not to ignore one's fears. Do you miss your father? Your real one, I mean. Do I miss him? Kind of. I don't remember Joseph all that much. He's become a haze of sorts, a faint echo, a feeling, an occasional emotion. I was so young when he got killed. Mom said I had trouble understanding what had happened for a long time. I understand my mom. She's like an empty hole in my life. I have nothing of her. Yeah, you never even got to see her, right? Not even a memory, huh? Suppose you have yourself for comparison. God molded you after her. I can imagine how she could have been, like, stubborn and unruly, yeah? Oh my god. If that is what it takes, I don't see people of wealth and power giving the rest of us much headway. Guess not, but we know what happened 18 years ago! So, I don't know, I might... I'm trying to really think about how tiny she was. And I feel like she was, like, starting to talk a little. So, I don't know. I can understand why the town council is careful. Unless he means 18 years ago since the Baron. And then it would have been 7 years between that and seeing her, so she would be. I can't math, I'm not... I'm not thinking about it. I don't know, I'm not smart like you, Magdalene. Anyway, the winter draws closer, so I got a lot of preparations to take care of. I truly hope Klaus recovers soon. God look after you both. Until later, Simon. What's up, Hans? Hello, Magdalene. Hello. I hope your dad recovers quickly. He's a good man. Thank you, I'll tell him you said that. Good. This town has seen too many terrible things, but we've recovered before. Maybe the Lord will return your dad to health too. I pray you're right. Be glad you have this time. Be glad you have this time with him, I say. I wish I'd had as much with Helwig? Anyway, I should get back to it. Till later. I'd rather go to the forest than talk to Elpeter. So let's turn around. I mean, I'd like to do all of it, but if I'm picking and choosing, I want to hang out in the forest. Which I've got to go... No, I've got to go up. Come on. Thank you. No, forest, please. I'll talk to Smokey first and then we'll see if we can wander a little. Hello, sirs. Hello, is there something I can do for you? Knives need sharpening? And Magdalene Druckern are your friend of Smokey's. I'd like to think so, I'm Václav. I'm a tinkerer, travel around and help people out with sharpening knives, little things like that. Druckern, are you a printer's daughter? My father and I are both printers. Do you sample the wares much? As often as I can. Václav, don't. You're going to get in trouble again. What's he talking about? Nothing, ignore him. Nothing? This one can't help but talk to people about all of the strange things he believes. He reads all sorts of books, talks to odd folks, gets ideas brewing in his head. Now, that doesn't bother old Smokey none. Bothers some other people a whole lot. Doesn't bother me any. Well, if it doesn't bother you and it doesn't bother old Smokey, sounds like there's nothing to worry about. Fine, you get run out of here again, don't blame me. Interesting. Again, do I want to know what happened? A long time ago, I got into an argument with some people in town. They told Father Thomas. To his credit, he told them to let it go, but somehow an inquisitor found out. Anyway, I had to leave for a while. So, books, strange ideas? Yes, the host, the Eucharist, the bread and wine, body and blood of Christ. I mean, I know what Eucharist is, but we might as well read. The consecrated elements of communion, also called the Lord's Supper or Holy Communion. In Catholicism, the Eucharist refers to the bread and wine after they have been transubstantiated into the body and blood of Christ. Holy Communion, what about it? More and more people are writing about rejecting transubstantiation. The idea that the bread and wine of the Eucharist is literally becomes the body and blood of Christ. Here we go. Yes? Well, there are two ways to look at it. The first is on the grounds that Wycliffe and Huss rejected it. Using our eyes, our senses, there is nothing perceptible but changes in the character of the bread and the wine. I mean, I'm inclined to say that nothing at all happened, but let's have a little doubt. Must our senses necessarily encompass all of God's miracles for them to be real? No, not at all, but for what reason would he place them outside of the compass of our understanding? Because you're supposed to have faith. It's an act of faith, blessed are those who believe but have not seen. But if that's the case, of what importance is the material composition of the host? Even if the bread and wine turn to Christ's body and blood, why is that necessary for spiritual communion? We are bound by flesh, attempting to reunite with the light of God through the Eucharist. The act, the observance, unites our will with that of Christ. I wish they would just... I know the stylistic choice to do this, but then it makes it take forever to read. He is present in us through the remembrance, not the physical act. So, yeah, what does it matter? Are you saying we shouldn't take communion? No, there's nothing wrong with taking communion as a rite or act. But if you accept what I'm saying, there are other things I'd like to discuss. I'm not listening to any of this. Are you ready to hear why it's important to disbelieve in transubstantiation? Yeah, fuck it. Why not? I'll admit I hoped for some more enthusiasm regarding the fate of our souls, but alright. This all starts with Lucifer creating the world. Excuse me? Hey, excuse me? God was the Word, and the Word was truth, and truth is light. The light is God's will. I'm gonna drink water while I wait for... Drinking so many liquids for my poor sore throat. So I chose to play a game where I have to read a lot. Right, God's light contained aspects, what we consider angels, facets of his infinite intellect. One of these aspects separated itself from God's intellect and manifested in the darkness as the corrupt will Lucifer. Yeah, fine, let's use our brain. By what power could a portion of God's will separate from the whole? The will moved itself. God's intellect being infinite also contained the capacity to transcend the infinite. To exist outside of the boundaries of infinite light, the corrupt will brought into being an equally infinite darkness. Within that darkness, Lucifer cast his false light, a corrupted imitation of the divine intellect, to create the world. All material in our world is inherently a corrupted manifestation of that false light. We still have a connection to God through our intellect, but it is flawed by existing in our physical bodies. Oh my goodness. I don't know which question is more interesting. I mean, I think it's obvious he was flawed, but let's ask. Was Jesus flawed by being a man even though he was born of a virgin? He was not born of a virgin. I'm not hearing nay of this. Any of this, but nay was kind of funny. And it would not matter if he were. Lucifer was a rebellious splinter of God's will. The Christ appeared when God willed his divine intellect into Jesus. But you said that physical bodies were all corrupt. I feel like there's going to be some consequence where it's going to be like, you didn't stop talking heresy. I don't care. Yes, but while we are the heirs of Lucifer's rebellious intellect, Christ received wisdom from the light of God himself. He did truly die and was truly resurrected in body. but his reappearance was only important for him to convey the message of salvation to the people. In truth, resurrection is always happening, since if we die without grace, our souls are condemned to be reborn. This physical world is the only hell we know, living again and again, living again and again the only torment. Yeah, this is a sad way to look at life. Baby, but it's how I see it. In 5 years, I may see it another way. Anyway, thank you for indulging me, Magdalene. Of course. Until later. Yeah, heresy in the forest! It's nice to see some green this time of year. Horehound is one of the few plants that grows year-round here. Alright, Smokey. Now that you've let me talk heresy. Good day, Mr. Struckgren. I've told you, Smokey, call me Magdalene. Old habits, I suppose. What brings you out to my corner of the woods? More gossip? Yeah, only ancient gossip. I was wondering if you knew anything about the old pagan and Roman mines. The mines? This is the new interest of yours, Magdalene? I don't see the townsfolk trek out there as much anymore. Last I saw were those two twins making trouble. They know a way in, but I'll be damned if I ever set foot close enough to that place. What are you so interested in over there? The mural in the Rathaus needs a section about the earliest days of Tazing. The mines are the oldest part of Tazing, and you keep a keen ear. I thought... Oh, no, my phone. Sorry. I thought you might have heard something. I don't know about getting down into the mines, but I do know a fair few stories about them, and the other Roman ruins around here. The old stories my father used to tell me when he was the burner of Tazing. I didn't realize this was a family business. The one about Mars and Tasia, the nymph who was always my favorite, though I blame that on my youth. Tasia, like Tazing? Folk named the town after a pagan god, a Roman one at that. I don't mind telling you the tale, Magdalene, but I warn you, it's a bit bawdy. I need something about the Romans to paint on the mural. I don't have to be like gross, like, yeah, tell me all the sexy things, Smokey, but I also want to know. I'll tell the decent bits of what I remember, but I won't have your father hounding me for any coarseness. Everyone excludes me from the fun. You'll have your fun in time, Magdalene. You just wait and see. Thanks, Smokey. Thanks, bud. Alright, so what's the story? Well, legend says that Mars was hunting in these woods and spied a fat bear for the taking. He just pulled back his spear when he heard a woman scream in terror. Of course, the creature ran off, and the god was angry at the loss of his quarry. So he trampled through the woods to see why a woman was in the forest and not in the local town. We didn't used to be allowed. Why would a god be hunting in Tassin's forest? How should I know? Maybe he just wanted a brisk walk. Besides, why should anything the gods do make sense? These were the old days when spirits and ghosts prowled. What do you mean, prowled? I mean, I want the folktales. What do you mean, prowled? Prowled, you know, like spirits and other evil things do. I can't just say they walked through the woods like you or me. They prowled. Alright, keep going. So, Mars found a nymph, Tasia, bathing in a spring with a fat, ugly satyr goading her from the shore. Enraged at seeing the trapped nymph, Mars transformed into a wolf and slew the satyr. And in return, well... Tasia bathed the god. I see. I get it, they bathed. I did warn you, Magdalene. When Mars left the pool, he dripped into the ground, and it blossomed with flowers and crops. They say that's why this valley is so fertile. That might be tricky to paint. Huh. Sure. We've been growing crops here for generations. People would want a reason for that, even if it was the gods. Whatever the reason, Tassing's been blessed with fertile ground for hundreds of years. So much of what the Romans left behind was destroyed over the years, but I like that we still have these tales. You can never really destroy stories as long as there are people to tell them. God bless Smokey. Of course, the Romans left a hell of a lot behind too. The town is more Roman than Bavarian, really. Largest, most powerful, blah 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 blah. Yeah, Rome. Yeah. Ha, that we are, and not for a lack of trying. Tassing is actually much smaller now than it was in the Romans' day. At least that's what I make of it. The ruins go deep in the forest and all the way to the old mine. Half of Tassing is built on Roman stone. Take a walk around town and you'll start noticing things. We use their stone to build. The old temple by Satia's shrine has grown over, but the aqueduct runs for miles. Even the abbey used to be an old Roman fort. You can see some of the Roman paved stones under the road if you look hard. We may not be Roman, but this town is. Tassing has been building upon itself for hundreds of years. What a beautiful idea. That's the way of things. Most people don't notice the old stones, too busy in town to notice what's right in front of their eyes. Maybe I should take a look at the mine and get a better sense of what things were actually like. Nothing will stop you, I see. Well, I won't either. Just keep an eye for any wolves or satyrs you might see down there. I'll let you know if I see any. Thanks for your help. Good luck, Magdalene. Be safe. Thanks, Smokey! You love him. Alright. So, Smokey told me stories. Blah, blah, blah. The nymph rewarded him with her favors. Alright, might be too carnal for the mural, but maybe I could use it. Yeah, story time with Smokey rules. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break and then we'll go look at the mine. So we'll get right to immediately investigating story time with Smokey. Alright, I'll be right back. we're back. I'm sorry we lost you, Twitch, but hopefully you'll be able to catch up on this quickly. Hopefully this will be the last one, so this will be everything you need to see, but we'll find out. Alright, adventure time. Hi, Shaky! You're coming in at the very end. Don't think about it. It is wonderful, though. You get to walk around this little town. You get to look at beautiful drawings of frogs wearing hats and little corgis, presumably, and weird whatever that is. It's pretty great. I really love it. Like, I really want to finish it today, and I'm also so sad that I might finish it because I'm going to keep thinking about it. Yeah, thank you for popping in. I hope that you have a good Sunday. Let's stare at some tree stumps. Nice to see some green. Okay, that we already read about. Is it going to be the same thing again? Can't believe how quickly the leaves changed this year. Yeah, it's stunning. It's an absolutely stunning book. What the fuck are you doing, Apollo? Hi. What are you doing? Looking for frogs! This little frog freak! If they're gonna make me marry someone, I'm marrying the frog boy. Looking for frogs, Artemis said she saw one the other day, and we're trying to collect a bunch. Oh, you probably already had that lady then. Frog lady. I want to know what he wants the frogs for, but frogs don't come out this time of year. How do you know? Artemis said she saw one. They don't. Hildegard said they're cold and wet creatures. They won't be out this in autumn? Okay, that's not fixing itself, and that is just a weird typo. Huh. Maybe that's why I only have one. What do you need the frogs for? Like I'll tell you, you'll snitch! I'm not a snitcher. If you don't tell me, maybe I will snitch. Your mother won't be happy to hear about whatever you're up to. Artemis always says Mom doesn't care. Mom yells, but that's about it. Sorry, Magdalene, I can't risk this one. Try asking Artemis. The Great Frog Plague of 1543. What? This is a great little drawing, though. Okay, I guess I gotta investigate some frogs. Oh, the key to salvation. What? That's a heavy title for we gotta find some frogs. Okay. I don't know who Artemis is offhand. Let's see, and then I'll see if I can figure out where the hell I'd find her. You heard about that in med school? Oh god. It's probably not good then. Frog plague. I don't know if you're fucking with me. Like, shit, there might be a real frog plague. I don't know, maybe people did some dumb shit and started eating frogs. I mean, look, I am consumed with deep frog problems. I love frogs. Look at them. That's just the first frog that's within reach. We got. I have the frog plague, Shaky. It's real. It's real, and it's dangerous. I don't know, because I mean, God knows, like, especially in this story, like, it is very historically based, so, like, there might have been some weird shit that I just don't know about. Alright, daughter of Veronica and Big Jorg. Okay. Oh, because they're the twins. Gertner. So they would be at the Gertner farm. I'll have to see if I can find her. Yeah, frogs are great. And turtles are great. Nothing wrong with either one. Good little critters. Alright. I'm gonna have to remember to figure out this fucking frog mystery. Maybe she's out here also looking at frogs, though. Let's go to the shrine. Hey, she's right here. We don't have to go looking. Hey, Artemis, what the fuck is up? Hey, Magdalene. Hey, Artemis, Apollo said you're catching frogs. Yeah, what about it? I need to know everything. He told me to come ask you why. He wouldn't say anything. He didn't tell you? Christ, finally he's learning to keep his mouth shut. But you can tell me, right? Ugh, fine, just promise you won't tell. Yeah, of course. Oh, alright. We want to put them in the altar, so at Mass, Father Thomas reaches for Eucharist and frogs go everywhere. Perfect. Oh my god. You've already been to confession this year, don't do another thing. Let's just ask. I mean, I do want to see it, but I want to know why. Why do you want to do that? Father Thomas keeps saying Apollo and I are on the path of the rebellious Egyptians with frogs and locusts. We're gonna prove him right and summon a bunch of frogs in mass. Good luck. Thanks, until later. I'm gonna find out that I should have talked her out of it, and now we're all doomed. Agnes gathers chamomile here every year to prepare her cures for the coming year. Alright, Man, there used to be a path you could go through here, so, like, one of the things about this game is there's been 3 time skips. We're in the 3rd time skip. So in the 2nd one, there was a path that opened up back here. And I'm sad that I can't seem to get back to it. We might... There'll be another way to get there, from what I remember. Can I be like, hey bro, she told me? No, okay. Let's go to the waterfall. Hello, creatures. I love just a... Yeah, a pig out here? Okay, good, that wasn't normal. It must have broke out its pen. I wonder who it belongs to. I feel like there's maybe only one person with pigs at this point. There used to be pigs at the church, but now there's not really a church, so we'll have to see. The waterfall is always so beautiful. I've got to go to the Gardners anyway, and they're the people who I immediately think of as having pigs, so... Mugwort. Might not be as powerful as when we gathered on St. John's Eve, but it should still work. Right. First things first, I want to look at this grave and see if I have anything different to say. No, I can't even read it! Damn. Weird. Okay. Alright, well, mine shaft. If I want to depict the mural as accurately as possible, I have to go down the shaft myself. Look at this fucked up little owl! Look at some weird little legs! God bless. Okay, I have to go down the shaft myself. I don't think you do. The entrance is so steep, no one's used it in years. There must be some way to get down there. I mean, we're gonna use our big brain. I don't even have to read the rest of these to know that's something we're gonna do. Alright, I could probably climb down even though it looks dangerous. If I rigged a rope to the top beams, I'd be able to get down more easily. Baltus might have some tools. I bet he could help me rig a way to climb down there. Apollo and Artemis are always bragging about how they sneak around. Maybe I can ask them. I mean, they have first-hand experience, but I have a big brain. I saw some rope in the workshop at home. I should be able to find everything I need there. I'll have to come back later. Alright. I wonder if I can still ask them how they get in. I just have, like, an alternate, because I chose to have a big brain. Use the workshop at home. Let's see if they'll talk to me. Hey Apollo, how do you get to the mines? Oh hey Magdalene, what's up? Can you show me how you and Artemis get into the salt mine? The mine? Why? It's all gross and creepy. I need to get down there and see what the pagans and Romans left behind. I need references for my mural. Oh, the mural? I would ask Artemis about that. She's pretty protective of the mine. Yeah, alright, I'll go find her. I don't mind talking to her. Sorry, Magdalene, if she says yes, I'll show you later. I'll see you later. See you. Like, I probably don't need to do this, I just might as well open up the path. Hello again. Do you need something? I'm a little busy right now. Yeah, Apollo's... I mean, God bless him. Yeah, I need you to show me how you and Apollo get in and out of the old salt mine. The mine? Damn, Magda, why do you need to get down there? I want to see what our forefathers and the Romans left behind. It's for the mural. The mural? You want to use our secret hideout for your mural? Your secret hideout? But everyone knows you do hide down there. I want to see if they left anything down there I could use as a reference. You're really into that whole Rathaus project, aren't you? Yeah, I am. It's the only thing that matters right now, bitch. Why should I show you how to get in? Oh, I'm not gonna tell her I'm gonna help her with the frogs. Yeah, please, Artemis, I won't go in ever again. I just need your help this once. Just like you said you'd never ask to borrow my favorite scarf again, I need a guarantee, Magda. Look, I'll show you how to get in the mine on one condition. You help Apollo and me with our next prank. No telling, no snitching, no questions asked. I don't need her help. I can do the rope thing. No, I am not that stupid. Then good luck getting down there. I won't help you otherwise. I'll find another way in. Sure you will. Good luck, Magdalene. I have big brains. I'm gonna do it myself. They're gonna go to hell on their own with their frogs. Okay, what do I actually want to do next? Ask them. Maybe we'll go bother Baltus. I hope that beam is strong enough to hold you. Yeah, it might be. It's gonna be risky no matter what, I feel like. I feel like even whatever they're doing is probably also not safe. Alright, so I can either build something myself, or I can ask the guy who's always making dumb shit, or I can trust the kids who are gonna make me put frogs all over everyone. Which, look, sounds great, but I might be on my own in this town soon, and maybe I don't want to piss everyone off. It's filled with risk anyway, agreed, yeah. It's a dodgy prospect. Hi, Thomas! I definitely don't know anything about frogs! God bless you! Oh, we haven't talked about this at all. But sure. Any like funny in the tabernacle key? Let's pretend we've definitely talked about this. Alas, no, it remains out of reach. I'm sure it'll turn up eventually, Father. Yes, as the Lord sees fit. In the meantime, I shall keep looking. Knock at the door. Knock and the door will be opened after all. God bless you. Alright, so are we assuming that those kids, they're the same age as I am in this. Are we assuming they stole it? Because that seems likely. There's probably nothing in here. There isn't. Okay. I'm gonna go down to the farm and see if I can tell them that a pig is missing. Because I've technically got like a few things I can do right now, I think. A few people I can bother. They're doing their frog shit. I can read the book later tonight. I can write to Matthew, which is probably also going to be a later thing. I'm not sure where Till is. I could find him, but I think I'm going to go down to that farm so that I can talk to a really grumpy old man, and maybe I can be like, hey, did you guys, like, lose a pig? Hey, guys. Anyone lose a pig? Hey, Jorg. Ah, Magdalene, how are the hinges on your doors? Fine, I guess. Maybe Endress should take a look at them. I would have asked your father, but, well... Anyway, you wouldn't believe how many people in this town leave their hinges to rust. I didn't realize you had such an interest in hinges? Oh, it's not my interest in particular. Paul would like to institute a yearly check of all homes in Tazing. What do you think of the idea, York? Well, it's not a bad thing, but I don't see why we need to make it official. Everyone in Tassing helps each other. As I see it, if someone notices a house in disrepair, we all pitch in to fix it. To do anything else would be unchristian. But if Paul wants to see it through, I'm happy to go along with it. Makes me feel useful, you know? Speaking of, I'd better get back to work. Nice to chat with you, Magda. See you later, Jorg. Okay, but pig. No? Okay. Is there anyone else I can tell about a pig that's just out? Hi, Veronica. Hello, Magdalene. How is the mural going? I hope my husband hasn't been bothering you about it too much. No, the council has left me to work for the most part. I think Otts has something to do with that. That boy has his eye on you, Magda. At least he's using his authority to do some good. Usually that lot just meddle around in things that are best left alone. Those men are bad influences on each other if you ask me. Now they're chattering on about a yearly check of the hinges on every door in town. Hinges! Who gives a damn if the hinges on our front door creak? Okay, I'll use my big brain. To be fair, if your hinges creak, the door's integrity is at stake. Yes, well, I don't need to check every door in my house every year like it's a feast day. If there's a creaky hinge, I'll hear it. Anyway, I think it's good of you to be working on the mural. I wish Artemis and Apollo would take interest in something like that. Speaking of, have you seen them around anywhere? I asked them to look after the chickens, but they've disappeared. I'm gonna lie. I'll cover their asses. I haven't seen them recently. Ugh, this town isn't that big. I don't know where they get to that I can't find them. Father Thomas says they're only so much trouble because I named them after Greek gods. He says those names have power, but I still like them. Besides, Apollo and Artemis were gods of virtues. If anything, they should be more well-behaved. Names only have only as much power as we allow them to have. Can every Greek name really invoke pagan gods? Maybe you're right. Father Thomas spends too much time in his books. Besides, then he'd be in a poor state. Father Thomas is the doubter, huh? I wonder if... I've had, like, some issues with... How do I explain this? Okay, over the entire course of this game, there's been someone who, like, knows everything about everyone and is trying to, like, prod people into doing things, and I've never been able to figure out who it is, and my best guess consistently is Father Thomas. So, is there something weird about him being named Thomas now? God damn it. I'm never gonna figure that fucking thing out. I hope that... It's like this thread that I keep pulling at every time skip, and I never feel like I get any closer, and it's very frustrating. Anyway... I'd better go find those rascals. Good luck on the mural, Magdalene. Thanks, Veronica. Until later. I really want her to tell me more about her weird friendship. Why does everyone gossip about her having a friend? Hi, Clara. Hello, Magdalene, dear. How are you? How's Klaus? Neither of us is doing well. I'm having trouble coping with the stress. Dad's been hard to understand recently. Oh God, I will keep praying for you both. The both of you deserve the best. Life's been hard enough for you already. Please let me know if you need any help around the house. I'd be happy to help. I've never heard anyone so excited to do housework before. Ha, well, God knows I've gotten very good at it over the years. Besides, then we can chat, and chatter makes chores pass quickly. With all my children up and grown and no husband to care for anymore, I've got to make myself useful somehow. Aren't you enjoying it? I heard that Peter was, well, crazy. Artemis and Apollo have certain ideas about their grandfather, and their great-grandfather doesn't seem to see the struggle he puts me under when he talks about Peter. My husband was hard to live with in his later years. He was an angry man. Peter wanted what was right for his family, regardless of what that meant for relations with anyone else in town. I was horrified when he burned the abbey, but I still loved him. I felt great shame over the relief I had when the revolt was over, that it was done. I no longer had to worry over his anger or whether he would shout at the children. I can only pray that God and the brothers forgive him, and that he may forgive me. You were living in hard times. You shouldn't feel shame for being grateful they're over. Thank you, Magdalene. You're a sweet girl. I pray the Lord feels the same. I'll let you get back to your day. God bless you. Her husband was a trip. For certain. Okay, nothing up here. Let's go talk to Peter. Nobody cares about this pig. I don't know who to talk to about a loose pig. If none of y'all care. I don't think there's anyone else down here. Alright, we'll talk to Peter. We'll see what he has to say about the town, and we'll see if possibly he cares about pig. And we'll drink some water. Hello, Peter. Can I talk to you for a moment? What's that? I was wondering if you could tell me some stories about Tazing. Oh, the old tales, Cough. It's been so damn long since anyone had a thought to ask me about what I know. But there's still a few of the old tales knocking about in this skull. Are there any myths from even before the Romans came to Tazing? Yeah. Of course there are. The Romans weren't the first ones to live here, you know. There are spirits older than the saints that live in these woods, older than the Romans. They protected Tazing before St. Moritz ever set a blessed foot in town. What sort of spirits? Everything else is the devil. Yeah, what sort of spirits? The sort that I'm getting at. Didn't your father teach you patience, Magdalene? Sorry. It's Perchta and her wild hunt that scare them evil ones away. They've protected Tazing since its founding day. Long before those Romans, our ancestors roamed these mountains under a great chieftain called Radus. Wait, isn't Radus a Latin name? The ending on his name is the masculine singular ending common on most male Roman names. Plenty of names end with the same letters. It doesn't make them Latin, does it? Now, quit your yammering and listen. Folk weren't as kind as they are now, and the tribes fought one another for the best land. The old chieftain was a yellow-bellied coward who neglected the old gods. He was too proud to make offerings. Because of him, the gods favored other tribes, and Radus's people had no land to call their own. Instead, they wandered through these mountains and valleys, hunting and gathering what they could to survive. Blah. One day, when winter was approaching, Radus went hunting and found a wounded wolf tangled in a trap. But instead of killing the beast, as most men would, he helped the beast and loosed it from its bounds. That's just, This man's gonna yell at me no matter what I say. Sounds like Radus is a bad chieftain too, even though I know it's foolhardy to let a wolf loose when you're hunting. Heh, then you'd miss the wisdom of our ancestors, girl. Cough. The old gods are keen to repay favors done, and Perchta is the goddess of the wild hunt. The wolves are her animals. She leads the wild hunt, and the wolves lead the hunts of the forest. Back in my day, folks knew it was bad luck to kill a wolf. Now I'm the only one who remembers these things. Ugh. Perchta saw Radus's actions and took favor on him and told the wolf to lend the chief her sacred spring. Raidus led his people to the spring and claimed it for his homeland, and we've been in this valley ever since. Then those goddamn Romans came and destroyed everything. But you see, there were other gods protecting this place before St. Moritz. It's why a few of us still honor Perchta. She protects us against witches and fiends. Yeah, Smokey told me a similar story of the wolf and a nymph, except his was about the Roman gods. Pah, the Romans tried to wipe out all of the old ways, made everything about themselves. You think those wine-addled fools could stand to let us have our own custom? They may have built this town, but they didn't write its stories. God sent Perchta to protect these woods from those sun-brained bastards. Even if I'm the only one who can see her through the old customs. What about the Romans? Do you know any Roman legends of Tassing? Roman legends, puh. I don't bother with stories from outsiders or tales of gods that aren't our own. The Romans did nothing but conquer our people and destroy this town. We've spent generation after generation building Tassing back up from those days. And still our traditions keep dying with no one to carry them on. Yeah, I'm asking about them right now. That's why I want to know, Peter. These stories need to be on the mural. The mural, Fine, fine, but I don't know any of the old Roman shit. Alright, alright. I have a lot to think about. Thank you for sharing your stories with me, Peter. At least someone wants to listen to me. I'm tired. Talking so much has made my jaw ache. You're telling me, bud. I'll leave you to rest then. God bless you, Peter. Ill Peter stories. Told me about ancestors. Blah, blah, blah. More myth and history, but it certainly makes for a nice story. So I bet I'm gonna have to decide whether I want to do the Roman story or his story. And I'll probably do his. Is that a million people? Okay. Alright, what can we do now? I think... Blacktail. I need to figure out where the hell I would find him at. Because I genuinely don't know. Can't do the salt mine right now. I haven't gone up. I haven't gone up to the Abbey proper since I came back from the time skip. So I'd like to do that. At least to... Oh, maybe Gertrude's still up there. Wouldn't that be crazy? Okay, I'm gonna go up there. I think there's... technically things I could do other places. But I think I'm gonna wander there first, and then... Is that gonna tell me where Till was? Black Till... It doesn't say where he is. But Kreutzer... Okay, Kreutzer. That's one of the... That's the place I almost went into and then didn't go into earlier. That's here. Alright, let's wander the Abbey. I don't think that'll pass time. And then since I still have had time, I'll go talk to him, because it's the last person that I haven't spoken to from the original stuff I got told. So, go up to the Abbey, come back and talk to Till. Nobody cares about these pigs. I really don't think anyone else keeps pigs, too, other than the Gertners. No, up. There used to be... Oh, no, they have one. Brigitte, you missing a pig? You don't care? Okay. Martin, are you missing a pig? No, you also don't care. Wonderful. Nobody cares... God damn this path. Nobody cares about the pig that's just the waterfall. Only me. I mean, God bless, live your best life. Oh, I was thinking about going to the middle too. Let's go to the Abbey. Let's just commit to a path, which I hate to do. Ooh, is anyone still here? I haven't been here either. Hi, Killian, you're all grown up now. Hi. Hi, Anna. You still married? Hello, Magdalene. How is your father? Unwell and getting worse. He's hanging on, but Dr. Stoltz's concerned that he's not improved. Good, you must make sure he eats hearty meals. I know the season makes it difficult, but he needs the best of what you have in storage if he's to heal. I'll send Nico over with a few of our good apples? Apples later. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure Klaus would appreciate the visit. I'm very grateful. A lot of people trying to send me food. Well, it's mutual. Your father has done much for me and Nico these past few years. He even counseled us in our, never you mind. Your terrible marriage where you were fucking a terrible man? Your what? Oh, it's only that, well, your father is a learned man. In books, yes, but in matters of family, too. You're proof enough, I should think. A respectable young woman like you, raised all alone. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought up your mother. I know it still hurts, Klaus. I wish I'd had the chance to know her. She didn't know her either. All I have of her is what others have told me. She lives in you. I see in your stature, I see it your stature, and that's not correcting either. There's some typos coming at the end of this game that aren't fixing themselves. I see it in your stature, in your mind. She is still here with us. You've grown into quite a woman, Magdalene. I mean, maybe she was here. There was that gap. I hope you find a happy marriage with a man worthy of the woman your father raised. I suppose we'll see. Yeah, no one here is... I suppose we'll see. As God wills it. But that's enough talk from me. There's work to be done. The inn doesn't run itself. Until later, Magdalene. Until then. Well, I'm glad you patched things up with your husband. He seemed like a nice guy, and you were just having an affair with the most atrocious man. The most atrocious. Right. Hello, Nico. Magdalene. Hi, Werner. Magdalene, tell me something. Alright. Why was I cursed with a life in Tassing? What does this pathetic little hamlet have to offer a man like me? Tell me, Magdalene. I don't know, what is it you think you deserve? I was destined for the courts of kings. Not a town full of peasants who churn out more of themselves than the rabbits in the meadow. This guy sucks. A town where craftsmen, learned men like myself, Baltus, even your father, have their minds wasted. And in a few decades we will be dead and Tassing will forget us all. God doesn't care. He never cared for me. He deserted us all when the Abbey was destroyed. If he even exists. What? Yeah, I'm gonna be mean. He's not gonna like it. You don't deserve this place if you can't see its worth. Just a gaggle of fools and churls. I hate this man. You know, I've tried to do what's best for all, but none of you listen. It's only argue, argue, argue. You, Klaus, Jorg, Baltus, ugh. I still can't believe you're working with him. You should be at home looking after your father. Pick herbs for whatever provincial remedies you still hold to. Do something you're fit for. Going to do nothing less than exactly what I want. I'm doing what's right for the town. I'll be a little less selfish. I'm doing what's right. There's part of me that wants to be like, I can do whatever I want. You have no excuse, bitch. Yeah, fuck it. It's improper and unnatural. Just like you. I could have found a wife in Nuremberg. It's Tazing that's the problem, not a woman here ever looked my way. 'Cause you're an asshole. You'll never find a husband with that attitude of yours, girl. I already have men falling at my feet. I'll be fine. For now, before the weight of the real world settles on your shoulders. Your father won't be around forever. May not even last the winter. Then what will you do? I'll survive. I have people who care about me. Can you say the same? Do what you want, Magdalene. Just don't ruin the mural. I know there's gonna be something later where he's pissy with me because I wasn't nice to him right now, but I don't give a fuck. Not that it matters anyway. Fucking dick. My old room. Ugh. Okay, did something update? I don't think so. Okay. Alright. Let's go to the Abbey. After we look at a plant. One moment, please. I love watching the violets bloom every year. They match the purple of the mountains. Let's look at the statue. The old statue of St. Moritz has seen better days. I've never seen it as a full statue, I don't think. Tempted to go to the mill, but yeah, let's go to the Abbey. I haven't seen it yet. I can smell the unease. Yeah. Old news. Even the old guest house is falling apart. Abbott House. Vines have grown over the entrance. Go into any of this? Damn. Damn, I can't believe I can't even, like, check it out. Hey, they put it back! The Hand of St. Moritz. The poor Clares take care of it now that the Benedictines are gone. Interesting. I guess that's why we brought them up earlier. Alright. Excuse me. Oh, hello, Magda. You wouldn't happen to be going to the convent? Why do you ask? Are you thinking to join the Poor Clares? Maybe. Why on earth would you want to do that? Oh no. Be honest, what do I have to look forward to? With Dad's injury and me unwed at 25, older than all the boys in town. If they don't see me as a sister, they see me as a mom. And when Dad dies, not anytime soon, God willing, I won't be able to claim the farm. I'll lose my home. With Anton gone, there's nobody to take it over. I don't know who any of you are right now. It's unfair. You should be able to inherit the property. The law of man seems cruel compared to the law of God. If I'm destined to poverty, why not live with those who do the same? Why not withdraw from the trials of the world? You know as well as I, it's not safe out here. Could do so much more. Yeah, the Abbey's walls seem protected during their revolt. Sooner or later, the world comes knocking with swords. I don't like to think about things like that. I have enough worries to keep me sleeping as it is. But joining the Poor Clares is a lifelong commitment. I don't know if I'm ready for that. I don't think she should, but she might be right that there's not many... whatever, I don't think you should join. Hey! I mean, maybe I'm ruining her life, but you're still young and have more prospects than you know. Joining the poor Claires take away that chance. Takes. See, there's a lot of fucking typos now. Why is it all falling apart at the end? Joining the poor Claires takes. Yeah, it definitely should be takes away that chance. Success. People are always visiting Tassing. Who knows? Maybe you'll meet someone coming to see St. Moritz. I never thought of that. I do like seeing all the people who come into town. I don't quite want to give up on the rest of the world just yet. Besides, I still have Dad to take care of. If I join the Order, he'd be on his own. I don't think it's the right time for me to join the Poor Claires. Maybe someday, but not yet. Thanks for talking with me, Magda. I've had a lot on my mind. I'm glad I could help, Martha. Until later, be well. Hell yeah! I saved a woman from a sad life of intentional destitution. I'm a real hero. Nothing bad will come of me telling her to live her dreams. It's all gonna be a-okay. Hey, hello. Gertrude! She really is here. Let's wander around. I know I'm gonna enjoy it. Oh wow, you're still here. I think you're the same person. God bless you, Magdalene. I had been hoping to speak with you. This might be a new person for the... Do you perhaps have a moment? Of course, Mother. How can I help? I had heard that you had taken up the mural in the Rothaus after your father's terrible attack. Yes, I'm excited to paint the town's history. Your enthusiasm and insistence is most troubling to some people in town. Too bad. Yeah, some people. Yes, Magdalene, myself included. I understand how you must have struggled with your mother's passing while you were so young. Without a maternal figure to guide you, it is no wonder your spirit has wandered and wavered from its nature. My spirit's fine, thanks. The pursuit of such traits is not for women, but men. As Paul writes, God calls women to work at home, not in trades. While supporting your father is laudable, taking on his work is imprudent. There are plenty of young men in Tassing worthy of you, or perhaps you have a different calling. I'd like to offer you a place here among the sisters. Absolutely fucking not. I understand you may disagree with my choices, but I'm not going to stop painting the mural, Mother Francisca. How unfortunate. I still have high hopes for you, Magdalene. God bless you. Get wrecked, old lady. You're not gonna make me be a sad old nun. I would rather marry Otts than be a sad old nun. And he's pretty okay with me being who I am. If all else fails. I feel like I really gotta marry somebody. Margaret. Hello, Margaret. It's Magdalene. Oh, hell yeah. You don't normally come to the convent alone. What brings you here? Not that you're not welcome, of course. It's always wonderful to have visitors. Mother Francisca was lecturing me about the mural. Nothing that interesting. Lecturing you? She is good at that. Almost as good as Father Granot was. What was she lecturing you about? The severe impiety of a woman daring to paint. Clearly she sees it as a man's work. But the other Benedictine sisters painted badges to sell, and the church approved that. Mother Francisca has so many different ideas than the Benedictines. I guess I'm not used to being a poor Claire yet. Do you miss the outside world much, sister? Yes, sometimes. I miss the other Benedictine sisters especially. She'd never admit it, but Sister Lisbeth had the most wonderful voice. I always stood next to her if I could. Where'd she go? Why stay then? Why didn't you leave when the Benedictines left Kiersau? Ha, truth be told, I was too frightened to leave. Kiersau is my home. I didn't like the idea of becoming accustomed to a new place. Learning the convent's ins and outs was hard enough. I never went outside the convent much anyway. I know where everything is here, even if it's changed over the years. Sister Gertrude had already planned for my stay too. The garden always needs tending, and 2 hands makes light work. Besides, I can't leave Mousefinger behind. The cat's still alive! Ah, of course she is truly Queen of Kiersau. Has the convent changed very much since the poor Clares arrived? Yes, the food is simpler and some of the prayers are different, but all the chores and gardening is the same. Gertrude misses making ink for the scriptorium, but I've enjoyed learning the sisters' new customs. Speaking of which, I should probably return to my chores. Of course, sisters. Of course, sister. Apologies for interrupting. Not at all, Magdalene. God bless you. Alright. I'm glad she's still doing okay. Gertrude! God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Sister Gertrude. Are you doing alright? Father Thomas told us about your father's attack. You were incredibly courageous to run to Dr. Stoltz so quickly, especially when the attacker could have been about. We'll probably do this. I had to do something. Didn't even think. Was terrified. Yeah, it's thanks to you, really. Without reading Hildegard's Physica, I wouldn't have realized he was so badly hurt. Medical treatise by Hildegard of Bingen, saint and doctor of the church. It presents 9 categories of healing: plants, elements, trees, stones, fish, birds, animals, reptiles, and metals. Well, I'm glad she came in useful, although I wish it were not in such dire circumstances. I lit an extra votive candle in Saint Satia's shrine for each of you this morning. I know what a votive would. Small candles that during prayer in churches symbolizing specific offering or requests on behalf of the prayer giver. Dad says the pain has gone down, but Dr. Stoltz is worried about a brain hemorrhage. I might have some psyllium left in the herb hut. If you blend it with broth or warm wine, it will heat his brain and prevent infection. Fuck yes. I pray you're right. I'm trying to keep busy with the mural, but sometimes I just want to cry. The Lord hears your tears, Magdalene. Take solace in his everlasting goodness. God will turn this for the good, no matter what things look like now. He sees beyond time itself, but we are constricted by the present. I have been around long enough to see fruits even when I thought the devil had burned the fields. Keep faith, Magdalene. I'll do my best. God bless you, sister. God bless you, Magdalene. Thank you, Gertrude. Son of Mousefinger! Ah! Incredible. I don't think I've really gotten to pet too many animals this time around. Son of Mousefinger. Ugh. Wonderful. Okay. So did she give me the thing she said would help? Or do I just have to... I'm gonna assume that that changed hands and that she gave me something helpful. Glad it came up here. This is devastating, though. Alright, Let's stop by the mill, just to see it, because I think that's the only place I haven't gone up to. But I'm gonna take a break first. We'll walk over to the mill. I'll start there. But quick break. Oh. Ah! Okay, when we come back, we'll meet Andreas and we'll pet a dog. Okay, be right back. Alright. Got some great creaking noises. Got a dog whose name I can't understand. Wonderful. Hell yes. So fucking cute. Oh my god. Okay, hello Andreas. I'm not gonna be emotional about this. You can call me Magdalene Andreas. Magdalene. Magda works too. Magda. There you go. What are you up to today? Drawing? Anything interesting? No, secrets. I'm good at keeping secrets. I'm drawing Suba. Who's drawing the dog? Oh, I see. I'll leave you to it then. Good morning, Magdalene. How's the mural coming along? Well, I think I'm off to start the first part of the mural today. I'll paint the founding of Tassing and the Romans. Oh, interesting. Well, you won't want for any models. Tassing is littered with Roman ruins. It's almost a nuisance. I trust you'll take the council's opinions on the matter into account. Of course, Paul. Murals for the entire town. I'll listen to you, but ultimately the decision on what to paint lies with me. You couldn't decide what should be on the mural for months. I'll stick to my own decisions. Respectfully, Paul, no one else in town can do this project better than me. Won't you leave the details to me? Alright, Magdalene. You can choose what to paint, and we'll leave you to it. I trust your good sense, and Odds does too. You're well suited to this job. All I ask is that you keep the Lord in mind. The mural is for Tassing, but we have others to appease as well. I understand. Thank you, Magdalene. Anyway, I'm glad that the mural is coming along well. Forgive my sudden questioning about it. I've been so busy preparing for the council's next meeting, I haven't had as much time with Anna as usual. She says I get a bit frantic when I'm overwhelmed. Is the council working on something new? We're considering yearly maintenance checks on every house in Tassing. The idea's had quite a bit more pushback than we anticipated. I can understand the utility of the proposition, but it might feel like a nuisance. Precisely, that's the issue we run into. This would help protect those in Tassing who don't have the skill to fix things themselves. Widows like Agnes or Gret. But without instituting it for the whole town, we can't enforce the proposition. In any case, the matter is far from resolved. I imagine spring will come before anything is actually done. I'd better get back to work. Thank you for letting me interrupt your day, Magdalene. God bless you. Until later, Paul. My name they're Andreas. Hello, everyone. My goodness. Magdalene, can I help you with something? Not really, unless you can tell me about the early history of Tassing. No, I know nothing of those times. I used to sometimes borrow books from your dad, but what's the point? Of reading? What kind of books? It doesn't matter. I'm just dead weight for Paul and Anna. Oh my god, woman. I never should have escaped the mill. What the fuck? That's an awful thing to say. I will speak my mind now as I did not do so before when it mattered the most. Leave me be, please. Aww. Everyone loves you. The hell? Right, hi Anna. Jesus. Magdalene! Hello, Ulrich. Hello! What are you doing? Watching. Very well, keep up the good work. Look at their cute little drawings. Work! Haha, just like Mom. I will work now. So cute! Alright, nothing else to see. Anna doesn't want to talk to me. Alright. Let's go to the ruins. I don't think I did that yet. How do I get to the ruins? Oh, I can look in the distance. Wow! Snow is creeping down the mountains. Winter will be here soon. Okay, yeah, I kind of thought I had to do it from the mill. Hang on, let's see if this works. Meadow. How do I get there? Maybe it's from this path? Okay, got EmoSeal. Do I know where the key went? Sure, let's find out. Oh, you found it? Praise the Lord, thank you. You do have it, don't you? Not quite, but I know who does. I don't remember this. I don't know if I'm just forgetting something. Who, Magdalene, are you implying that someone stole the tabernacle key? No! I wasn't gonna rat on them! Fuck! I think the twins stole it, Father. They've been plotting something all day. Those fickle ratbags. No matter how many times I warn of the suffering they could endure if they do not cease this nonsense. Fuck! I didn't mean to rat on them. Shit! They continue in their impious, impetuous ways. I swear the devil's in those children, naming them after pagan gods, and no wonder. I shall have another talk with their parents, I think. Your piety shines all the more brightly in comparison to their iniquity. Don't punish them too harshly, Father. I didn't mean to rat on them. The Lord will see to that, not I. God bless you. Fuck! I didn't mean to do that! Shit! It's fine. I just didn't... I'm a goddamn snitch. Let me... how will I ever recover? Fuck! God damn it. How do I get to the damn ruins? I messed everything up. Now we'll never get to see frogs! Ugh. How do I get there? Was it like a path along the meadow? Because that's still making it look like I should go up to the windmill. Maybe it just won't let me, but I don't know why it wouldn't let me, especially now when it's like really relevant to me. Weird. Why can't I go? It's the house, that's the church. There's no other path. There's a dog, there's the meadow. I don't understand. Okay, I'm gonna let it go. I can't believe I snitched on them. Alright, let's go talk to Till. I think that's the last person I can talk to, and then I can go home and rig something up to go down by myself. Is it truck? No, that's my house. Yeah. Hello! Oh, hello. Eva Christina. Magda! Hello, Eva. Magda, darling. Otz isn't here, I'm afraid. I don't care. I wasn't looking for him. No, are you sure? I think he wandered off toward the Roth house. Something about the council, but if you ask me, I think he's looking for you. Doesn't he do any real work? Oh, yes. He's always working on town council business these days, and he's still working at mastering carpentry, too. I suggested a few years ago that he take up an apprenticeship, but he was determined to remain in Tazing. I think he's more comfortable here, even if that means he'll never be the craftsman Otto was. I help him how I can, but there's only so much I know how to do. Besides, I think he feels like he's taking care of me instead of the other way around. Funny how time does that. I think Dad misses Mom even after all these years. Do you ever miss Otto? Every day. I see him in the little things Otz does, the way he smiles or how he laughs. I miss my husband, but I'm proud of Otz. He's growing into a capable young man. I'm excited to see him grow into a husband and father. He'll make a wonderful partner. If he ever grows up, that is. He still acts like a boy half the time. Oh, that's the way of men. The Lord gave them lofty spirits that need to exert themselves. Give it time, Magdalene. You'll see all men are tempered by marriage. Ugh, if you say so. Anyway, I'm sure you have things to do. I'll let you get back to them. Always good to see you, Magda. You too, Eva. Okay, everyone wants me to date this man, except for Martin's, Brigitte. And I don't remember what her kid is even like. Alright, Black Till. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless you, Till. Do you have a moment? Of course, what do you need? Ott says you've been obsessed with your painting. I'm looking in the early history of Tazing for the first part of the mural. Mother Illuminata said your grandfather read about the history of the town. Ah, fertile fields, that is. Seems like old pot shards and Latin trivia were all he ever talked about. All of Granddad's reading came from the Abbey's library, though, and you know what happened there. Poof, up in smoke. So, you don't have any of those old books? Yeah, I was there. Only a few. Granddad tried to buy some when the Abbey fell in hard times, but they were too expensive. But I can show you something better than books. Evidence? Something like that. See, we don't have any books on the old pagans, but we do have their stuff. Shards of ceramic pots and animals. Shards of ceramic pots and animals, bricks from what looks to be an old forge, mountains of salt. Even found a little bear carved from amber. Where did you find all this stuff? It's not just me. Carl finds things, Fabian too. Any farmer would tell you the same. It's all out there in the fields, under the dirt. Can't go one season without turning up something. Where are you keeping these things? Nowhere. We just toss them in piles with the rest of the rocks and root clumps. Sure, it's interesting, but we can't do much of anything with the stuff except look at it. What do you think it all means? I don't follow. How do you think these people lived? Rough, I'd say, but comfortable. We don't find much of their clothes or their houses, so they must have brought it. I guess that would mean they were living in huts. But their tools are good quality. If they weren't rusted all to hell, I could probably use them today. I don't know why, but I assume they lived in caves or in the muck. They weren't Christians, no doubt about that, but they weren't animals either. I'd say they had it hard, but they got by. Not so different from today, really. Alright, earlier you mentioned something about salt. Did the pagans start the mine? Had to have, I'd say. Most people think it was a Roman project, but I think the Romans just dug out what was already there. That's why Tazzing was so important to the Romans in the first place, salt. Alright, so Tazzing wasn't just on the Imperial Road, they made the road come through Tazzing. Do you think there's anything left of the pagans down there? I don't know, but anything they left would have been better preserved than what we dig out of the fields. Magdalene, tell me you weren't thinking of going down there. I'll be a little honest, someone should know that I'm going down to die. What if there's stuff that could help me with the mural? Magdalene? That mine is hundreds of years old. You could break your neck just getting in there. It's worth it for the mural. I want to try my best for Dad. Imagine how your dad would feel if you got hurt. Oh! Look at this. Look at this. Then help me get down safely and he won't have to worry. You're bullheaded just like your mother. And your father. Probably couldn't keep you out of there if I tried. Please, Till. Alright, alright. Don't know how to get down there myself, but I know those twins have gotten in a time or two. No doubt they have a trick. Alright, you're just gonna give me advice. I mean, look. Baltus might not be the most reliable man, but I don't doubt he could rig something up for you too. So should I already know? I promise I'll be careful. I'm holding you to that, young lady. This has been a big help. Pagan history wasn't really what I expected. The past never is. You think all the pagan stuff will make it in the mural? I can bring some of the things the boys and I have found over the Wrath House tomorrow if that help at all. That would be great. I'm glad you're taking an interest, Magdalene. I thought no one cared about the pagans but me and Granddad. I should warn you, if you do head into the forest, keep an eye out for the Lord's men. They're strict, worse now than they used to be. I'm gonna be in trouble for talking all that shit in the forest because they heard me, aren't I? I'll be careful until tomorrow. Until then. Alright. Blacktail, letting people find things. Wouldn't make for a spectacular scene, but maybe just showing how our ancestors once lived would be a good thing. It would be a good thing. Fabian. Husband of Ursula. Oh, okay. Father of Walpurga. Is he just like some random guy, though? Was he someone's kid? Who did Ursula marry? Okay. I don't really want to go talk to Baltus, but I guess I might as well. I can't believe I ratted out the twins. I really didn't mean to. No one wants to speak to me. I was like, man, I hope I finish today. I haven't even gone through a single day. I'm letting myself get way too wrapped up in things, but it also isn't like pushing me through a day like it was before. Let's see what this man's terrible idea is. That's weird. It's just like at the chair. Magdalene, hello. I was just jotting down a few new ideas. Do you need something? Yes, if you have a moment. I need to get in the old salt mine, but I don't have a way down. Can you help me? Get into the salt mine, yes. You must be on quite the adventure. Ideally, we could rig up a double pulley system to lower and raise yourself in the shaft. But that might take a while. Well, I would like to go in today if possible. Of course, of course. Would a good length of rope suffice? You could brace against the wall of the mine shaft. Are you strong enough to support your own weight? Against the wall? I think so. Excellent. Thank you, Baltus. Of course, here you go. Do be careful though, make sure the ropes are secure. So I guess if I wasn't smart enough to think about ropes that he just would have helped me, which is a little disappointing. I should have just done it myself. I thought he'd have something better. Now he's gonna think he helped me. Alright, I think I've talked to everyone I can talk to. It sounds like if I go to the Wrath House, it'll have me start painting. Yeah, let's go home. I think let's go home. Let's see if I can do something to get into the mines. And see how that goes, I guess. No, down. Where's my house? Oh boy, I don't know where anything is anymore. Which one of these is mine? Okay, up. Up by the bakery. Alright. I mean, not really by the bakery, but up at least. Right, my home! You see, like, it won't let me write yet. So that must be like a later thing. Unless there's somewhere else I can go to write. Right. This should be enough rope. With a sturdy knot, I can brace myself against the mine shaft on the way down. Let's go check on my dad real quick. See how he's doing. Hey, Pop Pop. Hello. Okay. Well, a bunch of people are supposed to bring you soup and all kinds of nice stuff, so hopefully, hopefully we fix your brain injury, Pop Pop. I mean, Gertrude, like, had a genuine thought, so I'm hopeful. Yeah, is there anything else before we just try to go down? Because I can't read yet. Part of me almost wants to go to the Wrath House just to see what's up, but I'm afraid that it's gonna be like, oh, what am I gonna do? And I'll be like, I didn't even look at anything yet. Alright, let's get down to the forest and hope that the twins don't yell at me on my way. I did not mean to rat on them. I'm so upset about that. Don't mind me. Ha ha ha. I was never here. That's some stuff. I think I looked at this already. Yeah. Alright. Whoa. Accident. Okay. Yeah, what else are we gonna do? I have my rope to climb down, but this could take a while. Should I head in? Yeah, let's go. Wow, I hope that was a really good knot. Boy. Hell yeah. There are a lot of different coins down here. How odd. It's not like this is a saint's well. Oh, a tablet. They're still writing on it. Oh, it's a poem. I think it's a love note. I can't read it myself. Oh, that's cute. Rising passion. I hope her lover was better at things other than poetry. I would have chucked this shit down a mine shaft too. Poor Jay, I hope her lover is better at things other than poetry. Better at things other than poetry. It's clunky, but it's okay. Oh, this looks like a larger version of some of Baltus's contraptions. Interesting. This winch must have been attached to some sort of hauling and pulley system. Fascinating. Oh, bones. They're far too big to be human. No horns. Looks like a mule to me. Maybe it hauled that winch. Poor creature dying down here. Oh, a piece of pottery. It's beautiful. Let's go in the cave first. Oh boy. Another piece. This is gonna go around. Oh, these must be the same kinds of figurines Till and the other farmers find in the fields. They're huge. To think that there are so many remnants of our ancestors scattered in fields and caves like this. Okay, good. No, yeah, it's kind of going around. Another piece. Another shard. So many shards. That wasn't anything back here? Okay. Alright. Another shard. This piece looks like it matches the other piece I found. There's a Latin inscription here. Tassia, give me water, or Pluto, preserve me. This salt is drying me to death. Yikes, doesn't sound like working down here was pleasant. Tools. Wow, this looks like a Roman map of Tassing. I wonder what's changed. Let's see if I can map everything out. There's the aqueduct and the spring. The abbey was an old fort up on the hill, and there's the rest of town. Wait, what's this building? I don't recognize it. Mithraeum? Mithraeum? I don't recognize that word from any of my books. I can't quite tell what it's meant to label on the map. Maybe some sort of temple. Well, whatever it is, it's not in Tassing now. That's so odd. Interesting. Another inscription. It's not very formal. A worker must have carved it. Lache's soul ascended in the Mithrium. My soul will descend in this damned hall of salt. Christ, that's rough. There's that word again, Mithrium. It must have been important to the Romans. Okay, nothing further there. There's steps, though. More pottery? Another piece. I wonder if they're all the same pot. It would be really silly. But for the sake of this game, maybe. This almost looks like an altar, but what would an altar be doing in a salt mine? It's even carved out of the salt. Nothing. Okay. Pottery scattered everywhere. More Latin writing. If we cannot enter the Mithrium, we will make our own altar to the gods. It sounds like the Mithrium was some kind of temple. Huh, never heard the word before. Yeah, we've thoroughly established you don't know that word. Interesting. Very productive cave. The map rules. Yet another pottery piece. I have a lot of these pottery pieces. I should find out if they're all from the same pot. Oh, come on. Ugh. This is finicky. Ugh. That's gonna be finicky, I guess, until I get it right. Yeah. Alright, then why didn't the other thing snap in? Don't understand why you won't click in there, but okay. Oh, that's coming together. No. I mean, no, that goes there. That's not quite right, but it's like close. Ugh, okay. Okay, well that definitely goes with that funky guy up there. Oh, this is not really... It's not really coming together quite right. So that's gotta be him. Okay, I mean, I suppose this could be like rotated, but... it out once I put it in. That's frustrating. Would have been more thoughtful. Not confident in a lot of this, I'll be honest. Okay, that's starting to come together though. No, let me get it out of there. It's not working. Oh, is that working? Okay. Maybe this is just further down? No, it doesn't go there. It goes with this. I think. I mean, maybe it doesn't go there either. Okay. Coming together. Kind of. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This looks too big for anywhere. There we go. Oh, okay. Yay, it only took forever. Alright. Interesting. Got it. The figures on this pot lid look like they're telling a story. These paintings must depict an early myth even before the Romans. Let's see. This must be Perchta, and those must be the forest spirits. Part of the wild hunt? Oh god, the next part looks like a human sacrifice. Someone, maybe a chieftain, is sacrificing a man to Perchta. The bottom half of the lid continues the story. These look like spirits. They must be coming to feast on the sacrifice. This must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tassing safe. They offered sacrifices to Perchta. I mean, to think that our ancestors made this and I'm holding it now, maybe this is what I could paint in the mural. I'll have to think more about it before I decide for certain. Alright, I better keep going before I run out of oil in my lamp. Alright. Pot building exercise. A cave-in. The wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Was this collapse recent? I won't be able to go any further with all the rubble. I suppose this is as far as I can go. Still, the mural on the wall showed me what Tassing was like when the Romans were here. I wonder if I can find out where the Mithrium was or what it is. And putting the pottery shard back together showed one of the earliest stories of Tassing. I think I've seen everything I can down here and my oil is running out. Time to climb back out. Need a quick time event me out or do I have to walk? You're gonna make me do it. Okay. Sick. I did it all. Hell yeah. Okay, please nobody fuck with my rope. God damn it. I should have found out how the twins got in here. I'm stuck, aren't I? Wait, who was that? Hello? Is someone there? I better get out of the shaft before another rock comes crashing down. Are they gonna try to kill me? Oh my god. Well, it's not good. Who was that? Even Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out of there. Well, now that I have more information, I can make some decisions on the first section of the mural. I should get back to the Rothaus and get to work. I wish it had let me read the book. Finally got that damn book. Go to the Rothaus. Alright. If you insist. A lot less eating in this part of the game. Don't get to have any good snacks. Okay, are we gonna address this pig? You. Yes? I'm Hallerbrand, the Lord's gamekeeper. Why are you grazing pigs in the woods? I'm not. I'm not, that's not my pig. I've been walking around this forest for hours. Other than the charcoal burner and the tinker, you're the only other person I've seen. If the pig doesn't belong to you, what are you doing here? Does everyone have to justify being in the woods? If I think you're stealing the Lord's wood or illegally grazing your pigs, yes. Alright, let me ask a different question. Whose pig is this? I don't know. The pig was in the woods when I came here. Ah, a mysterious lost pig. Who apparently belongs to no one. Say nothing. Jesus! If I find any more pigs in these woods, I'll kill them on the spot. And those who brought them here... Do you understand? Good. Remind your neighbors what happens when you break the Lord's laws. I knew the Lord's men patrolled these woods, but I've never seen one before. I didn't realize they were so strict. I suppose I should consider myself lucky. Anyway, time to get out of these woods! God damn! I was, not ready. Fuck. Also, these motherfuckers are here. What are you talking about? You haven't seen anyone. These bitches are looking for frogs. And I'm too afraid to talk to them because I accidentally fucking ratted them out. I'll talk to him, I guess. Fuck it. God, that sucked. I can't believe you would ruin our plan. I didn't mean to. It was going to be hilarious, but you ruined it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have talked to her. You don't really believe that, do you? Oh, whatever. It's the last time we help you. Well. Yup. Hey, Smokey, do you know about the guy who just shoots pigs? Magdalene, still wandering around in the forest? I'd get back to town quickly if I were you. Well, I seen the ghost, Smokey. Now is not the time to be making jokes, Mistress Magdalene. The Lord's Warden has been stalking around in the woods. He came by shortly after you did, asking about pigs and laws. He looked rather determined to start trouble. I was worried I might have sent you his way. But it seems you've come back all right. I ran into him on my way back from the mine. He shot one of the town's pigs for grazing in the forest, said it was a warning for breaking the Lord's law. Christ, was that what that crack was? I thought a tree had fallen. The Lord's men haven't come through Tassing too often. I wonder what brought this one. Whatever the reason, I don't like to think of the council's reaction. Well, it won't matter to them, will it? They don't have pigs that need grazing. They only care that they won't cause trouble for the Lord. Listen, Magdalene, that warden won't bother me, but you should get back home, alright? Don't come into the forest for a while. Let the bastard move on to other towns. Alright, thanks, Smokey. See you, Mistress Magdalene. Ugh, unpleasant. Alright, let's get to the Roth house. Don't think I can do anything else. Really? Thomas, why'd you rat out that I ratted out people? You bastard. Ugh, I had a feeling, and I should have just not done it. It's alright. We'll live. We'll live through these dark times. Alright. Work on mural. Make some decisions. Is there anything else I can do here? Alright, let's go. Hey Mags, how's the mural coming along? For Christ's sake, odds. What? How many times do I have to tell you use my proper name? Oh, right, sorry. Anyway, Magdalene, how's the mural going? It doesn't look like much yet. Oh my god. Well, of course it doesn't look like anything now. I only just finished priming the wall. Now I have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of Tassing when it happened so long ago. Since the Abbey Library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around Tassing. Even what I could find out about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. At least now I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So, what is it? I like the idea of doing the pottery and tools, but I'm not going to get that stuff tomorrow. I also like Il Peter's story, I think. I'm gonna do Il Peter's. Let's see. Huh, really? Is that how we all got here? Kind of sounds like some story I heard about a saint. I don't think I've heard it, sorry. Ah. So what made you choose this story anyway? like that it's the founding of Tasing everyone knows the spring in the woods. I guess that's true. We all know that it's old and it's always been here. This just tells a story about how we found it. Thanks for explaining it. Of course. Fine. I want you to understand why I'm making these choices. Well, now that I've figured out this portion of the mural out, I better start thinking about the next section. I'll leave you to it, Mags. You piece of shit, Magdalene. Good night, aunts. Good night, Magdalene. Right to Matthew. Now that I've decided how to depict Tasing's earliest history, I should decide how to paint Kearsaw's history. Mother Illuminata's letter mentioned that a Matthew Foxini Salks used to be a brother in Kearsaw. She said he knew a great deal about the Abbey's history. I should write to him and ask him what he remembers. Oh, and I have Esther's letter to answer too. I should write them both now before bed. Oh, before I write, I should read that old book Brigitte gave me! Finally. Maybe I'll learn something pertinent for the murals. Alright, how do I do all of those things? No one knows. Let's go look at my pop-pop. Hey, Dad. Alright. So do I just do all of that at my desk? How do I read? Alright, where to begin? Right, the old book. It was the Barons before Martin stole it. When the Romans, having conquered the town, built up the walls around it, they established many temples there. This is harder to read than I thought. The book isn't a great... Ugh. Sorry. The book isn't in great shape either, since it's been sitting in a farmer's house for so long. Let's see. Oh, here's a section about the various dedications erected in the town that might be easier to read. Ergo simulcrum in agro ut Mars nostrum oprem conspirciet. I raise a vision in a field so that Mars may behold our work. Huh. I'm gonna wait. Diana sat in a place with water oozing up from herself. What does that mean? Virgin Roman goddess of the hunt and wilderness, Diana is also associated with fertility, the moon, and the underworld. Let us pray so that he or she may defend the town. None of this really makes any sense. Maybe someone with better Latin than me could help me read it. This book is so big, though, it would be a lot of work. I could ask Sister Gertrude or Baltus. Werner too. Fuck Werner. I already pissed him off anyway. Maybe even Father Thomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. I'm gonna go to Gertrude. Chances are slim they could help, but it might be worth asking about. Gertrude, then Baltus. Werner's not gonna like me. And Thomas I don't trust. I should finish writing my letters first. Mother Illuminata told me that Matthew knew some of the Abbey's early history. He's the Archdeacon of Sion now. I should write to him before the snows come. I'll write to Esther too. Sorry. Most revered Matthew, Archdeacon of Sion. My name is Magdalena Druckren. I'm the daughter of Tassing's town printer Klaus. My father and I are creating a mural for Tassing's Rathaus. We want to show the history of the town and the abbey. Mother Illuminata told me that you might be the best person to ask about Kearsaw's early history. I understand you are a busy man, but we would be most appreciative of any information you could give us. If you know of any other places where we might learn about the Abbey's history, we would appreciate it. I know it may be small comfort, but there are many in Tassing who regret what happened during the revolt. Sister Gertrude is still here with the poor Clares, and she speaks fondly of the old abbey. Thank you for your help. Magdalene. Ooh, boy. Esther. Please forgive me for not writing sooner. So much has happened since I last wrote. Even as my last letter was en route to you, my dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy he can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stoltz said that he's not going to recover, that it's only a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. I don't want to believe it, but it's hard to argue with Dad's condition. I have no idea who could have wanted to attack my father or why. I found a note by him too. All it said was stop. It wasn't from the shop because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. No one in Tassing has such skill in script as far as I know. And anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. I've had my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely. I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. They made a fuss about my being too young, not experienced enough, not strong enough to be on the scaffold. You know how it is. I suppose I shouldn't have expected any better of them. Working on the mural has been a welcome distraction from the naysayers and my chores. And worrying about Dad. Oz has been coming over under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints, too. I'm starting to feel bad, and I'm also worried that if I push too hard against this, that something worse will happen. I wish he'd stop, he's not subtle as flirting. Flirting is annoying. I'd like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas if I can. I just want to finish it in time for Dad to see it, it would mean so much to him. If Dr. Stoltz is right, I don't know how long I'll have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love. Magda. I wonder if I should, like, go talk to Gertrude again. I mean, I guess I have an excuse to anyway. Alright, I was only able to read a little bit of the history of Tassia. The Latin is difficult and the book is in bad condition after sitting in a peasant's drawer for so long. From what I could read, the book talks about various monuments that were made to the Roman gods around town. I should ask around town for help translating the Latin. Sister Gertrude, Baltus, Dr. Stoltz, and even Father Thomas may be able to read it for me. Excuse me. Blah, blah, blah. Learn some interesting things from the pottery. Ancient map. Should head to the Rothaus. Need to think about early Christian history. Wrote to Matthew. Wrote to Esther. Letters are done. I hope we hear back from Matthew soon. Oh, I probably should just go to bed. Man, I know that I wander around too much, but it's 3 hours in and I'm definitely not close to the end. I don't know what to do. I think I underestimated how long this section was. I'm gonna go to bed and take a quick break and decide what I'm gonna do, because I'm starting to get hungry. See what happens when I try to go to sleep. It's late, I should get some rest soon. Go to sleep. Oh, it's gonna be a bunch of days, isn't it? It's gonna do this shit again. My birthday! The day of my birth! Mr. Struckren, a few more letters for you. Take care. Thank you. Safe travels. Alright, let's read some letters. The first letter is from Reverend Matthew. Yes! They're still together! Mr. Struckren, I was not acquainted with your family during my years at Kearsarge. Even so, I remember your father was one of the townsfolk who prevented the peasantry from burning us alive. I am not overly inclined to assist the people of Tassing in their endeavors to catalogue the origins of the abbey they destroyed. However, it was a long time ago. In the interest of posterity and Christian charity, I will tell you what I recall. Sometime after the Romans left, Christians settled into the region and built Kearsarge Abbey in the ruins of a fortress. The abbey was founded by a noblewoman of Kearsarge family. She was both its patron and its first abbess. Perhaps 2 centuries ago, Kearsarge changed to being run by an abbot. I do not know the reason, but many other double monasteries did likewise around the same time. The way it may have been done out of fear of being shut down, as double monasteries were frowned upon by the Pope. Sadly, that is the extent of my knowledge. Your neighbors put any other records about the abbey to the torch. Sic arsit historia Kearsus. Thus burned the history of Kearsarge. While we cannot change the past, I have heard that Sisters of the Poor Clares have formed a new chapter at the abbey. I can only hope that their love of apostolic poverty has not driven them to impoverish the shrine of St. Moritz. Assuming they have not co-signed the contents of Kearsarge's former occupants to a bonfire, you may find something there. It is hard to be overjoyed at the news of your neighbor's late regrets. Many of the injuries inflicted 18 years ago will never heal. Regret cannot undo what has been done, but we can all find redemption through Christ. We must pray for love and reconciliation in the days ahead. In the end, that is all that matters. Winter comes swiftly. Huguenots and Lutherans plague my homeland. Group of French Calvinists known for their vocal and sometimes violent opposition to the Catholic Church. Lutherans. Thank the Lord you still live in a land ruled by the one true church. I hope this has been of some help to you and yours. May God keep and protect you. The Most Reverend Matthew Foss, Archdeacon of Sion. His boyfriend! And another reply from Esther. Oh, Magdalene. I'm terribly sorry to hear about your father. My parents send their deepest condolences. If we can provide you anything from Prague, you need only send word. I know we are further away than is easy to travel, but I will see that we can do what Hashem allows. Literally, the name in Hebrew, this is a way to refer to God indirectly in informal conversation or writing. Father says that he remembers no one who would want to harm your father. Yet the night I was born, he remembers a great strife in town. Perhaps there is old blood over depicting the night of the revolt. That is all he could suggest. We pray for you and your father every day in our offerings. Hashem will make all things right in time. He will exact justice on the culprit. I am encouraged to hear that the town council let you continue the mural at all. The guilds here would protect your right to complete a job, especially once a contract has been reached. You give the men of the council too much grace. Why should you be forced to settle for their old ways of thinking? We live in a new age. An age where art and science have come together. An age wherein all may read the works of the great sages in their own language. Truly, when your father recovers, I urge you to come visit me in Prague. But I am glad you found some joy in your work on the mural. We are all well here. Alicia has been carving a new set of wood cuttings, and father has agreed to a new contract with the university. I found Seamond. His family didn't move far away after all. He's planning on working as a doctor in the city once the expulsion order ends. His parents have been meeting with mother and father quite often now. So I hope that I will be sending good news in my next letter. With Hashem's help. Please inform us of your father's condition in your next letter. Be well, Esther. That's all the letters I have for now. I should head home and check on Dad. Alright, let's do that, and then... I think I'm gonna stop as soon as I hit a stopping point. I'm gonna eat some food. I obviously very much overestimated what I could do and what was left. Which means we're probably gonna play again tomorrow. I think that should work. I think. Alright, Werner was supposed to come check on Dad today. I wonder where he is. Maybe I should try to find him later. Ah, good morning, Magdalene. Good morning, Dad. Feeling any better? Your fever broke at dawn this morning. A little stronger, all things in time. Do you want anything to eat before I leave for the day? I'm working on the next section of the mural today. I'm not so hungry right now, I'll be alright. Your letter from the Archdeacon, yes, that's right. What did you learn from him? He seems sad over what happened during their revolt, hesitant to tell me anything. He did say the abbey was founded by a noblewoman after the Romans left. Everything else burned in the fire. How unfortunate. I know the brothers kept careful records of the monastery. So much lost in one night. The Archdeacon did suggest the poor Clares might have held on to some of the records from the convent. I should be able to learn more about Tassing's Christian history there. An excellent place to start, Magdalene. Sister Gertrude doesn't come out of the convent much, but I think it's worth asking her. Maybe Father Thomas knows something too. I should ask him. If I recall correctly, the miller's wife has a long family history in Tassing. She may know something of the local history that the others have forgotten. Elsie? I thought she moved here when she married. She doesn't have any relatives in town. Not anymore. Age, illness, and marriage took the rest of her family. But the Caviezel's used to live all up and down this valley. Go talk to her, I will. Thanks, Dad. Maybe something remained in the Abbey ruins. Yes! I should definitely see what's left. Magdalene, you be careful. Those ruins are dangerous. I won't go too far in just to take a look. Alright, wear a scarf too. It's getting cold out now. I can feel it in my old bones. Don't worry, Dad. I'll see you tonight, alright? Alright, good luck. Alright, we got a ton of shit to do. And it's my birthday! Wonderful. When we come back to the game, it'll be my birthday still. Alright, Tassing's Christian history. Claire's. Talk to Father Thomas. Talk to Elsie, who feels like she should have died in a fire. Apostolic of poverty. Christian doctrine that calls for followers to live without owning personal property or accumulating money. While it was condemned by the Catholic Church as heretical, its defenders claim their practices are based on the lives of Christ and the apostles described in Scripture. I think if I walk out of the room, it'll autosave. I feel like it does that often. Yeah. Alright. Oh! Okay, wonderful. People are over. Alright, we'll call it for today. I'm just gonna assume that I have at least a few more days left in this. We'll see how this week goes. I will aim to be back tomorrow. God, I was so hoping. It's so frustrating because I both don't want this game to end because it's great and I really want it to end because I need to know what's gonna happen. Okay. Alright. We'll call it. I'll try to be back tomorrow. We'll try to get through it this week. I was warned that this was going to be way longer than I thought it was, and yet have still underestimated. So, we'll see how many more it is. I have no good concept. If we're going by the sections of the mural, we've got a fair few chunks. So that seems like I was lied to when I was told that this was a shorter section. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it too much. We'll stop assuming we're gonna get through and we'll we'll just play as normal. But thank you for being here. And I will see you again soon. Ugh, unbelievable. Okay, bye.